Everybody, my name is Ben Bentley,
I'm Case Van Hasteren.
and this is the beginning episode, I guess, of the College Drop-In podcast. We obviously there's been a lot of things going on overall in the world. Both of us work in higher education, so we wanted to lend our expertise a little bit more to those of you that might be a little disconnected with the college search.
Yeah, I mean, over the past couple of months, a lot of things have been changing, and specifically, a bunch of stuff has been changing in the world of admissions. This whole pandemic thing is really slowing, I think, juniors' abilities to get in touch with colleges and go through the college search like they had originally intended to do it.
Mhm.
And I think that I mean, how do you get in touch with counselors and everything in this time? So that's kind of what we're here to do, trying to give you a bit of a hand.
And we've seen a lot of shifts, a lot of students, having to remote learn, us having to remote work, as you see our backgrounds, clearly not in an office or a podcast studio with this. It brings a lot of, big questions, especially, one of the big things that we do as admissions representatives is travel and talk, and it's really hard to get us to stop talking, especially about our respective institutions. But our main job, our job is to know everything about the college search, and that's the big thing that we're here to help with overall for students and families. And this podcast is our way of kind of helping bridge that information gap that has arrived because of COVID-19, because you're also, on top of not getting to interact with us, you're not able to go and interact with your college counselors at your high schools, or to start creating that list, or start looking at schools. They're the experts that you meet with more than us, and there's a disconnect between you guys with that, as they're trying to also learn how to remote counsel.
So our goal here is we're going to try to take you behind the curtain, and hopefully, if this takes off a little bit, we're not just going to do this during the pandemic. We'll keep doing it, and we'll try to get you the information that you need going forward. So we're gonna dive in and get a couple of episodes done and kind of see how much you guys like it. Like Ben said, we talk to high schoolers for a living. This is what we do. We are, I guess, supposedly the experts on the admissions process, and we're gonna share our knowledge with you a little bit. So Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got here?
Yeah, definitely. Before I do that, one thing to add in is, obviously we like to talk a lot, but we also have a lot of colleagues at different institutions, and, with different varied experiences within admissions and financial aid. So, as Case said, if we kind of start taking off, we're going to add in some guests here and there, get some outside opinions. But a little bit about myself. I went to Roanoke College down in Salem, Virginia, for my undergraduate degree. I graduated from there in 2017, and shortly after that, I started working at the school. I've worked with about 7 states in total with it, and outside of admissions and traveling and talking to students and helping them through the admissions process. I am also our liaison for orientation, so I continue with the students a little longer into their initial career at Roanoke, helping them with that transition into their first year of experience. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. My joke is I was the worst at the college search, which is why I'm really good at helping people through it.
My name's Case Van Haster, and I'm one of the associate directors of admission. I work with Ben at Roanoke College, who are nice enough to be sponsoring this podcast for us. And I didn't go to Roanoke College. I went to a small school in central Pennsylvania called Susquehanna University, and absolutely loved my experience there. I was a tour guide there for all 4 years. I know Ben was a tour guide at Roanoke for all 4 years.
Just 2.
Oh, just 2 years, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Orientation leader for all 4.
So After Susquehanna, I got started in admissions, worked for two other schools, Southern Vermont College, may it rest in peace, it no longer exists, closed down a couple of years ago, and Western New England University in Springfield, Massachusetts. I also attended a graduate program, got my master's degree in data analytics from the University of Connecticut, and that's where I really kind of lend my expertise in admissions. I focus on all of the data related stuff as it pertains to students, in addition to being able to keep up with my passion of actually talking to and working with the students. So I guess let's talk about how we're hoping that this works over the next couple of weeks, months, and foreseeable future.
Let's dive into it. I guess more or less the structure of what the podcast is going to be is small chunks. There's a lot of information and a lot of stuff when it comes to college admissions, and we don't want to overwhelm you. I think between, Case and I have both seen that family come back from tour, and they're just like, I just got told so much. I have no idea what I just learned because it's been an hour, and there's a lot of information to learn about the college search. So we're going to try to have them in small, digestible chunks. This one will probably be shorter, but most episodes 15, 25 minutes in total, and more one subject per episode to kind of dive into that one particular area and try to get you as much information as you can on that. And then also attempting to do listener-based questions because, we obviously have a lot of, ideas, but we would love to hear what you guys are wondering. What are the big questions coming up for you right now in the college search? So those are kind of where we're going to do the subject material of the episodes. And then I think with the structure of when they'll be coming out, two a week, that first one being our pick of, we're going to cover X subject on Tuesday. And then, the second one being that listener question, seeing what it is you guys are thinking of and hearing about. And with that, do we say my email? Can I email it to my email?
Let's go with your email. It's easier to spell.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. So my email, if you have questions, feel free to go ahead and send them to me. My email is bentley@roanoke.edu. Bentley, just like the car, no relation, at roanoke.edu.
And I think we're going to wrap this mini episode up here. And I guess everyone says like and subscribe and review the podcast. So if that's a thing, go ahead and do it. Thank you guys all for coming in today. And let's get started with some real subject-based podcasts.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.